We begin the news this hour with Nigerian President Bola Tinubu assuring his countrymen that his administration will correct the mistakes of the previous administrations. This was the president as the president met with members of the Nigerian community resident in India, assuring them that the current government will not fail in its responsibilities. News Central's Amadine Uyi reports.
As part of his engagement with world leaders in India, President Bola Tinubu, on the sidelines of the ongoing G20 summit, has taken time to meet with the Nigerian community. President Tinubu says that Nigeria stands at a position of great advantage, unlike its counterparts across the world.
We are here not to talk politics. We are here to present a future to you. A future of a country that is so rich, endowed, and highly populated, very dynamic, unique in its culture, unique in our tradition, unique in our ethnicity.
He says his administration will correct the mistakes of the past, which is Nigeria's failure in leadership.
We are not poor in knowledge. We are not poor in human resources. We are not poor in capital resources. We are only poor in management and leadership. And that is why I ran for president.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs also had a word for the Nigerian community. He took time to unveil the federal government's plan for Nigerians in diaspora.
And what we have in store for the diaspora as far as foreign policy is concerned, it is one of the 4 Ds. We'll be talking about 4D diplomacy. So that the D, one of the Ds is diaspora, and it is focusing on, first and foremost, improving the quality of service that embassies are delivering for Nigerians living outside Nigeria.
He urged them to be good ambassadors of the country.
It is very important for you, as ambassadors of Nigeria, to project a very positive image of Nigeria. You can see what is happening with other countries, like Israel, for instance, where the Jewish diaspora is actually controlling the narrative, and they always put up a fight whenever anything negative is going to be projected on Israel.
Amadine Uyi, reporting for News Central.
Well, Kassimu Garba, Managing Director of APT Securities and Funds, joins us for more on the benefits of President Bola Tinubu's trip to Nigerians. Good evening and thank you very much for your time, Kassimu.
For having me.
All right. We're not poor in human resources, we're not poor in capital resources, but we're poor in management. The words of Mr. President. To a round of applause there. In fact, I was clapping here in the studio as well. His trip seems to be yielding some fruit. We've seen, some investment pledges. We saw the Hinduja group meeting with the CN of the Hinduja group. Is this an indication what the president is doing, that there's a turnaround just ahead for the Nigerian economy, which has been battered in the last 8 years?
Well, I think so, but the truth of the matter that this is not the first time our president moved around to seek for the foreign investors coming into the Nigeria. And if we are not poor in the resources, why do we ask others to come and invest to us? I think we are also poor in resources because we need it to make the business work and to get more industrial working in the country so that the team of unemployment will be reduced to the barest minimum.
Kassimu, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so yes.
Only leadership. I think we are poor in the resources because that is why we are seeking the foreign investors to come and invest.
Do you foresee a turnaround in the Nigerian economy with these promises of investment? There have been pledges of about $14 billion.
Well, it's a good promise, and we hope that they will keep to their promise, because most of the time you get these people promise, but in actual sense, by the time they come, especially the country where he is, we know they are very good in coming with their bag, and they will borrow from the bank and invest within the country. But we hope now what they promise to invest, they will bring it to invest into the country. If they do so, it will be good for us and good for the country.
Thank you. Kassimu, the president said he will ensure that bottlenecks are removed and investors thrive in the country. Nigeria is a complex place to do business. Do you think it's feasible what the president is saying about removing bottlenecks?
Well, from the step he has taken, I think we can see it. One is the foreign exchange. Now we move into single exchange rate. So therefore, anybody that brings foreign exchange, will get the best price for it. Secondly, harmonizing the taxes. He has started it, and I think that is good, because local government tax you, state tax you, federal tax you get confused. Which one are you going to pay for? But if they harmonize all the three into one, it is good for the foreign investors. Even we, the local investors, we want harmonization of these taxes, because you just wake up, everybody is asking you for fee.
All right. The president of Nigeria on his trip to India is also exploring Nigeria's membership of the G20. Does Nigeria have what it takes to be a member of the G20, seeing that the blue group or the bloc is seeking to grant the AU a permanent membership?
It is a good one, and let us make an attempt. At least if we win it, good for the country. Even if we did not, we believe that the fact that we have applied, if we don't get it today, we get it tomorrow. In either way, it's good for the country to be in the G20.
All right. But Nigeria is also, whilst at the same time seeking to join the G20, also exploring the possibility of joining BRICS. So that seems to be a lot going on there. Do you think joining all these groups and blocs all at the same time will help advance Nigeria's economic interests?
If you look at it, those who make the BRIC, they are in the G20. So for me, to join the G20 is better for the economy, it's better for the country. The BRIC is more of political for now, because I see little value in the BRICS. But there is more value in the G20. So let us join the G20 first.
All right, let us join the G20 first. Kassimu Garba, a Managing Director, APT Securities and Funds. Thank you so much for your time and your expert analysis.
Thank you for having me.